everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you a move called a Plié Squat. It's done with just a dumbbell. And I'm going to point out a couple things about using good form, or the kinds of things that you need to do to execute a Plié Squat with good form. And here they are, okay? So Plié Squat, basically you take a pretty wide stance and you want to point your toes out a little bit. And the name Plié Squat comes from the dance move plié. And dancers will know that a plié in the second position will be done with your toes pointed out like this in a real wide stance. Okay, so your position is this, and then a plié, the actual move is just going to go like this. You're just going to lower your body down, and you're going to stand up. That's all it is. Okay, just lowering down and standing up. Okay, now there are a couple critical things that you want to make sure that you're paying attention to. One is your knee position. Okay, when you bend down, you want to make sure that your knee is going directly over your toe. And I can see that both of my knees are pointing directly over my toes. If you can't do that, now I have pretty good hip flexibility, so I can point my toes out pretty far. If you don't have a lot of hip flexibility, you've got to bring your toes in a little bit so that your knees are still able to go over your toes. So watch that, because if you are not able to really open up your hips in that position, what ends up happening is you're going to probably roll your knees in. And if you roll your knees in and they're not going over your toes, you're just kind of setting yourself up for maybe some knee problems. Okay? So make sure your knees are pointing over your toes as you bend. Okay? And then the other really super critical thing about making this a very glute activated motion is to make sure, and I'll turn to the side to show you, is to make sure as you are going down that you are going straight down in this position and then straight back up. And when I see a lot of people do plié squats, sometimes they'll go like this. They'll start to go down and then they'll start to bend over. Before I know it, they're like this. Okay, that's not going to help your glutes very much. It's going to start to activate more of your quads. So to really hit the glutes, if you really want to target your glute zone, you've really got to make sure your body is going straight down and then straight up. And when you get to the top, really give your glutes a good squeeze, because that's going to really work really hard. Flex those muscles really hard. So go down as low as you can, squeeze up, and make sure you're not tipping over. Okay, now obviously we want to load things with extra weight. So usually, you know, you can try a plié squat. Plié squats on their own are excellent exercises. But if you want to try to build some muscle back there, you definitely want to, you have to go a little bit heavier. So take a dumbbell. I am using a 35 right here. Hold it in this position, right between your legs like this. And then do the same move, just holding the weight like this. Down and up. And you want to really push through with those heels and come straight up and squeeze those glutes. Okay, now the only issue you might have if you're holding a dumbbell, kind of like the one I'm holding, is you might actually bottom out. Like right there, I can't go any further, the weight's down on the ground. So you might be able to get actually a little bit lower in your squat. And so you might want to try this. Find something you can stand on. In this case, I'm using two benches that are at the same height, and then there's a little space in between. And that way when I go down and do my squat, my plié squat, there's a space that the dumbbell can kind of pass through so that I can get a little bit lower. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to get up on the bench, pick up my weight, and then I'm going to turn my toes out again, get in the same position. And now this time, when I go down, I can get even lower. See how the weight's going a little bit lower, and then push up. The lower you can get on your squat, the more you're going to really work those glutes. Okay? So, next time you're in the gym and you're thinking about what you can do to actually work your glutes, try a plié squat. They're really great exercises. You usually only need something simple like a dumbbell. You can do it on the floor. And if you can find a little ledge to stand on like this, and in this case, two little things that are at the same height, you can work your depth, and it's an excellent way to work your glutes.